And I would concur with that, with whether it be auto insurance or whether it be health insurance. There is an argument that's out there that says we have to have regulations here at the state level in order to make sure that our people aren't gypped, aren't fraudulently cared for. The argument comes up on occasion that if you would allow that to happen, you'll have some situations where people have been sold health care coverage that said it would cover chemotherapy, and then after they buy it and they need it, they find out it doesn't cover outpatient chemotherapy, which most of it is. Well, you can find a problem and a fraud at times, but I think you are penny wise, pound foolish when you don't give credit to the majority of citizens that they will think this through. And when they hear of things like that, generally the public are wise enough to look at the policies and say, I want to make sure what I'm covered for. And the next time, they'll be asking those questions. I think big government too often tries to be the nanny, as it were, and not give credit to normal citizens that we have common sense and that we will read the fine print. And if we hear of something like this, we will take much caution the next time and report it to others to look at it as well. Any other questions for, yes?
Do you think that the health bill that was just passed can be repealed? And what do you think the chances of that happening are?
Well, I would say for the record, and I'm sure that Pete has a comment on that, but it can be. We're Americans. We can do anything. The first step is getting a guy like me elected and a bunch of others so we take majority, or at least have a working majority of Republicans and scared Democrats that will say no to funding this health care bill. The president will still be there. He will not sign any type of bill that does away with the health care plan. But we can simply not send the funding to implement it. We can do that for 2 years, and then the next election we can change administration, and with that we can repeal this plan. I think the key, as I look at it as a citizen now, not an elected official, but as a citizen, that we rise up and say, no, you rode over the top of us in the dead of night, a plan that 80% of the people didn't want, and so now we will simply not fund it, and then we'll do the right thing later on. Pete, I know that you're a strong proponent of states' powers, sovereignty of states, the 10th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, as if you were given the privilege of being governor of the state. And I say that with a little bit of tongue in my cheek, because what has happened in this state in the past 7 years has just been unconscionable. And for anyone like you or the other candidates that are running for this to think of taking on the challenge, it is something else. But as a governor of the state, do you see anything you can do from the state side of the ledger to hold back or frustrate the impact of this ill-advised takeover of health care and the impact it will be on the state's economy as well as its citizens?